From the beginning, I have repeatedly condemned the horrific 7 October terror attacks by Hamas, but nothing can justify the explosion of death and destruction since. The scale and scope is beyond anything we have seen in recent times. I cannot explain the level of indifference and inaction we see by too many in the international community. The lack of compassion, the lack of truth, the lack of humanity. Our own heroic staff continue to serve in unimaginable conditions. Many are so numb and depleted that they say they feel neither dead nor alive. Children speaking of wanting to go to heaven because at least they say there is food there. We hold video calls with our own humanitarians who are starving before our eyes. And this is not just a humanitarian crisis, it's a moral crisis that challenges the global conscience. We will continue to speak out at every opportunity, but words don't feed hungry children. The United Nations stands ready to make the most of a possible ceasefire to dramatically scale up humanitarian operations across the Gaza Strip, as we successfully did during the previous pause in fighting. Our plans are ready and they are finalized. We know what works and we know what does not. We need action, an immediate and permanent ceasefire, the immediate and unconditional release of all hostages, and the immediate and unimpeded humanitarian access. At the same time, we need urgent, concrete, and irreversible steps towards a two-state solution. Dear friends, we are in a global battle for human dignity, for human rights, for justice, for the multilateral system itself. And Amnesty International is indispensable in that fight. So my central message to you today is this: the world needs you more than ever. We need your courage, your creativity, and your clarity. We need your movements, rooted in communities and rising from the ground up, making it clear that leaders cannot turn a blind eye to their obligations. And yes, we need what you've called troublemaking, the kind that challenges complacency and inaction, that exposes injustice, that drives lasting change. We must right these wrongs. Many countries, we must recognize, stand firm with human rights, and we must push all countries to defend them consistently and universally, even or especially when inconvenient. We must urge them to protect and strengthen the international human rights system, and we must demand accountability for human rights violations without fear or favor, and insist that countries honor commitments in the Pact of the Future to protect civic space and uphold human rights and gender equality. We must also demand action to confront the flood of lies and hate polluting our digital spaces. And we need finance, real finance, for developing countries to cut emissions, adapt to climate shocks, and recover from loss and damage. We must push governments to provide the funds they have pledged and explore new sources of finance, including putting an effective price on carbon and establishing solidarity levies on polluting sectors and industries.